Welcome back, guys. Kibra Ahmed out here, joined with Gilman in Hong Kong.
What's happening, guys? G-Man out here, and I got a special guest with me today, the man of the hour,
Thanos, the Titan himself. And I bring to you guys the gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones. This thing is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to do a bit of plugging. Alright, there we go. Fully retractable hands. And if you guys want to see my review, I'll link it at the end of this box. But anyway, that's absolutely amazing. Guys, Hasbro, Marvel Legends. Absolutely exciting. But today, guys, you are joining us on our first spoiler. Well, we've done a spoiler review before for other movies, but this is a full, in-depth breakdown and thoughts between me and my brother in Hong Kong. It's on Avengers Infinity War, which came out almost, 2 weeks ago?
Last week, man.
Last week, sorry. Just last week. So the response has been absolutely amazing. The reviews have been great, and people have been shitting and pissing themselves, and there's so much to go through. Anyway, I'm going to give you a kind of a very short synopsis of the movie, and me and Gilman are gonna break the movie down from beginning to end and give you our thoughts in the process. So, I mean, what I'm reading for the synopsis right now. So, Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, and the rest of the Avengers unite to battle their most powerful enemy yet, the evil Thanos, the Titan, on a mission to collect all 6 Infinity Stones. Thanos plans to use the artifacts to inflict his twisted will on reality. The fate of the planet and existence itself has never been more uncertain, as everything the Avengers have fought for has led up to this moment. 10 years, guys. 10 years of movies.
Bro, Iron Man came out this weekend, right?
That's right, yeah. 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Iron Man came out this weekend. Week after Avengers. Oh my god. My god. I've been waiting to geek out about this with you, Kibbs. I know we had to wait out of respect and whatnot. My god, I've got so much to say and thoughts and oh my god. Bro, I don't know, man. Where do we start? We start from the beginning or what? What the fuck we do?
Yeah, we're going to start from the beginning, but all I'm going to say is my first initial thank yous to Stanley and Jack Kirby for creating these characters. A massive thank you to the Russo brothers for putting this epic moment up on the big screen. A massive thank you to them, guys. A massive thank you to you fans. Massive thank you to Marvel Studios. Massive thank you to Thanos. Thanos, demand your silence. We respected to not spoil it for the fans, and because I know there's somewhere countries in the world are going to get it a bit later. I know a couple of countries are going to get it soon. We got to see it a couple of days earlier than other countries, so I waited. To be honest, me and Gilman have been wanting to do this for ages, so respectfully we waited, and now it's time to break it down, guys. We're going to break this movie down from beginning to end, so bear with us. There are going to be things that we're going to pull out on, and remember, spoilers. It's in the title. Spoilers. Avengers Infinity War.
If you haven't seen it, then fuck knows where you are, in a cave or something, but yo, spoilers. If you haven't seen it, then fuck it, man. You should just let it spoil for yourself. Thanos keeps dropping. Even Thanos is like, fuck you guys, I'm out.
Exactly.
Let me put this pillow here so I can kind of support his booties. I want Thanos to be a part of this.
No, of course. We want him. So,
spoiler review.
Yes.
What's your initial... You know what? Before we get into it and break it down step by step, what's your initial review? And because this is a spoiler review, you can kind of give your thoughts on why you think it's so good. Just a quick thing. What's your initial thing, man?
No, bro, I absolutely loved it. I loved what the Russo brothers did. It is a very tough... And because I'm seeing it from a creator's vision. A creator's view of what he needs to do to put 10 years of these movies together into one fucking epic adventure. You did that, man. You blew me out my seat. Thanos, you gave us... It's been very hard for them to give us good villains, bro. Thanos is fucking amazing, bro. He stole the show for me, bro. He was his movie, bro.
Yes.
There are some things that we will discuss, but overall, bro, very happy with the movie. I didn't feel like I was in there for 10 hours. You know, you look at your watch and about, oh shit, man, I'm bored. You didn't
Yeah.
get that in this movie. And, like, it's not one of Marvel's best movies, but it's one of Marvel's greatest movies, bro.
Yeah, I agree. It's an epic movie.
It's an epic.
100% agree with you, man.
Bro, you got to come into the screen a little bit, bro. You're getting cut off. Yeah.
Sorry, Thanos is stealing the show. Sorry, so he's pushing me away with his fucking power stone.
Yeah.
But 100% agree with you, man. I went in moist. I couldn't bear myself. And then I came out and I was like, first of all, I can't believe the film is over, right? I can't believe how they ended it, motherfuckers, right? And then
I'm gonna try and do that click on this, bro. Go on, keep.
Do that click in that thing, bro. And then it was a Thanos movie, bro. Like, I didn't want to say that in my initial review because it will spoil things about the story. Because what I love about what Marvel done with this trailer is they didn't give away nothing. Right? In the comic book, Thanos done it all for moistness. He was in love with Lady Death and all that sort of stuff. And I do think we'll talk this more with Jacob later. But I do think that's a basic motive for this movie. For me, after I watched this movie and I saw Thanos' motive, bro, and the emotions they gave in Thanos, I was like, this is a Thanos movie, and I love fucking Thanos, bro. I came out of there saying, that's my hero for this movie. Like, I was introduced, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fucking, like, he was wicked. Yeah. I agree with you. Marvel has come out. Marvel, for me, hasn't always had the best villains, but after Vulture with, what's his name? Batman, the original Batman, what's his name? Michael Keaton. Awesome. And then Killmonger smashed it, and now Thanos. Marvel have been doing well with their villains. I think that's the one thing they've always slacked on. Not slacked on, that they haven't done well on. Yeah. But they're stepping that game up, man. The villain game is wicked.
Villain game. Past 3 movies.
And from beginning to end, bro, this film was on. The interaction with all the characters was such a fun thing to see.
Oh, yeah,
Strange cussing Stark, and then Star-Lord and Stark, and Spider-Man with Mantis, and Drax and Thor. Oh, my God.
Oh, bro, it was brilliant.
Which I had the same feeling as I had when I watched the first Avengers movie, when I was like, oh my God, they're going to meet for the first time. This is awesome. I'm going on. I said, quick, let's go into the movie, bro.
No,
I obviously loved it. And I agree with you. I don't think it was one of their best movies. It was definitely one of the most epic, greatest movies of all time. All time, bro. No one's ever done this. 10 years, and you put 30 whatever characters in there. It's the most epic movie of all time, in my opinion. Anyway.
No, of course. It's absolutely amazing. We start off anyway. So at the beginning of the movie starts off end of Thor Ragnarok, where you go straight into the destruction of what Thanos has done on the ship. Because at the end of Thor Ragnarok, we just saw Thanos' ship come close to them, and then we go straight into the movie. The ship's broken up into pieces, and you got. The Black Order got Loki. Thanos has got Thor in his hands, lifting him up, telling him about, your legs get all jelly after getting a beating like that, and how tough it is. And like he does this really good monologue. I mean, it's going to be hard for me to remember because they jump in with the first 5 minutes of the film with Thanos. You're like, oh shit, you think he was going to come through halfway through the movie? My man was there from the beginning causing havoc, bro. The man had already. He's already got the Power Stone in his hand, yeah? And he puts Loki in a situation where he's like, I know you got the Tesseract, but you're still going to lie to me, so I'm going to kill Thor. And he puts the Power Stone near his head, and you can start to see him disintegrating slowly.
But this is what I'm saying, right? Loki, man, he's such a mischievous, whatever the word, man.
Yeah, man, he's a douche, bro.
Bastard, man. Son of a bitch. It's because of him. He stole the Tesseract. Remember at the end of Thor Ragnarok? He looks at it and he's like, he walks on. He stole it, man. And that's what caused the destruction of the Asgardian people, man.
Yeah.
Listen, Heimdall, man. You can't believe it. You know, he died. Listen, everyone dies in this film, right? But whoever's dead, whoever faded away, we know they're coming back. We're getting the Black Panther 2, we're getting the Spider-Man 2, blah, 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 blah. But the ones that are dead, Heimdall's one of them, and Loki's one of them.
Yeah. So basically what happened...
It just... Sorry, I know your thing. I just wanted to say, it just goes to show how fucked up Loki is. He's actually a great villain.
He is.
Or whatever the hell he is. But he is fucked up. He did really fuck up Thor's life, bro. Make sure his pups died. Fucked up... Asgard for him, and I've killed all the people because he stole the Tesseract. bro, Loki's a fucked up motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he's a
excuse my
problem.
language, but
Loki's a problem. I mean, what?
he's a problem.
Like, so in the beginning, so you get to see that Heimdall's there. I think it was Loki and Thanos having a conversation. Loki was like, "We have a Hulk." Hulk comes out, fucking big beef, pushes him into the wall. Bro,
This is a wicked
Thanos does
wicked
some fucking
scene.
Wing Chun games, bruv, and beats the shit out of Thanos, bruv.
Bro, I was getting
Hulk,
bro,
I mean, yeah.
Thanos had some skills. He had some footwork, some Lomachenko footwork, move to the side, jab cross, grabbed him, kneed him. I was like, what the fuck? He's
Yeah.
moving like a bad man.
Yeah, so that moves. The fighting was brilliant.
But you know what was epic about that as well? Just to go back a bit, they introduced the Black Order, right? But straight away, for me, Ebony Moore, the one who's doing the preaching, there was more of a connection with him because it's like he's really believing in Thanos's ideology, his motive, right? And Thanos's ideology and motive is there's too many. There's not enough resources for the people in the world
In the universe. Yeah.
So if you just get rid of half at no discrimination, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. You get rid of half, there'll be enough resources for everyone in the world, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And Ebony Moore from the beginning is already preaching that like a preacher, and you're already like engaged with him.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That's
saying. Like, one of my disadvantages, and we'll get, not disadvantages, one of the things I didn't like, and we'll get to that in a bit, is a bit of the Black Order. But yeah, bro.
No, that's right.
With that line from the Avengers first one, like, we got a Hulk, bro, wicked.
Came out,
and that beef
busting.
But that sets off, now that makes sense on why Hulk is a prang you, man.
No, of course.
Listen,
I mean, it sets it up. So I mean, it's it really throws us into the story. You know, Thanos has already got the Power Stone from fucking Nova Corps. We don't have to know that. We don't have to see that as well. We know he's already gone and devastated that place. You know what I mean? So like, Heimdall, while the Hulk fights and Hulk gets a bit battered and prang, Heimdall uses the last powers of his black magic, sends him to Earth.
Do you know where that? I don't know if you remember the comic, man, but that scene when he gets down and he sends him down to sorry, I keep cutting you.
Go.
Strange and Wong. That's Silver Surfer in the comics.
Yeah.
That scene, that specific thing is Silver Surfer in the comics.
Yeah,
so it should be Silver Surfer that goes down and say Thanos is coming.
Yeah.
But I was watching someone's review. I can't remember, man. I'm sorry, but or it was an Easter egg, sorry, and they were saying there's the Defenders or something comic, and that does have Strange, Hulk, and Silver Surfer. So for it to be Hulk, it's pretty cool. If you're gonna replace Silver Surfer, at least it's someone from that Defenders team.
Of course. And so Hulk gets sent to Earth. Loki gives up the Tesseract. In the process, Heimdall dies. Loki dies, and then the story moves on to. I think they blow the whole ship. He blows the whole ship up, Thanos.
Yeah. Do you know what I do like though? I do like the fact that they killed Heimdall and Loki with Thanos' hands, not the Black Order.
Yeah.
Listen, we love Heimdall, man. So I'm glad. But if he died, I'm glad he died in the hands of Thanos, because Thanos stabbed him in the hand with Clavius Graves or whatever his name is, his spear, and then he choked Loki. I don't think Loki's coming back. He's dead for real, boy.
I know. That's what I'm saying. There's
Thanos
no resurrections.
Sure
he even said it as well. There's no resurrections on this one, bro. Josh Brolin's voice captivated it so well, bro. Man, he absolutely smashed it. And like every time I heard his voice, man was like, "Oh shit, I'm scared of this dude. I'm scared."
Yeah. But yeah, wicked. And straight away, Thor was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you for that. I'm gonna kill you." Oh man, bro, wicked. One of the best openings
exactly.
for me, because I was like, "Holy shit!" Thor and Thanos and Hulk fight, and this. Oh fuck! 2 characters died straight away, bro. Straight away. Bro, that was.
They didn't even give us 5 minutes, bro. They didn't even give us 5 minutes.
Fuck. This is happening. For me, bro, when I first watched it, I was like, holy fuck, this is happening. They're actually killing everyone. 2 characters straight away dead.
Yeah, no, they absolutely killed it.
Carry
Absolutely
on.
So it goes on to Earth. So Hulk smashes into Doctor Strange's... Actually, wait, hold up. Rewind. So it's a scene with Pepper and... No. So he smashes into the Earth. Doctor Strange and Wong are ready to go get some food. They were having a little argument because Wong don't have no money. Wong was like, we don't get connected to this materialistic world, but I'd like to get some food. So they were just about to head out. Banner comes crashing down from where Hondo had sent him from, into the Supreme Sorcerer's. What's their hideout called again? I completely forgot. Their sanctuary.
Sanctuary, yeah.
Yeah, the sanctuary.
New York Sanctuary.
New York Sanctuary, and you know they're ready for beef, but they notice it's Banner. The story cuts to Pepper and Robert Downey Jr. in the park talking about wanting
You just
kids.
sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
Just see Banner's face, praying face. Thanos is coming.
Thanos is coming. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he goes. Thanos is coming. Goes on to Robert Downey Jr. and Pepper, and then there's a really cool scene with Doctor Strange when he comes in, bro, and he opens up his portal, and he tells him that we need your help. And it was the hug between him and Banner. When Banner came out, he goes, the universe is in grave danger.
That hug, Tony Stark knew, holy fuck.
Something's
like,
wrong.
You know what I mean? That the emotions between that hug between Banner and Thing, well, the hug that Banner gave Thing was like, holy shit, if he's scared, some shit's going down.
But yeah, no, really put together like that. That brings the bond between them, and I love the banter between. Excuse me, Doctor Strange and Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, Tony Stark, because when they're at the sanctuary and they're talking about Thanos, that he already knew, bro. Like he needed to do something. That's why he felt so like he's always protected. That's why he still makes his armor. That something's gonna come.
Wait, do you think? Because at the end of the movie, Thanos knew Tony Stark, which I thought was brilliant, right? And he said that we're connected through this intelligence or something. Is that through Age of Ultron when he had that flashback, or is that from before?
Well, it could have been that, but it could be the stones, bro. The stones. The Mind Stones. The stones let him know all the information in the universe, bro.
Oh.
Remember, them stones are powerful.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so they're getting info about what's happening. The story cuts to, so like they're asking where Vision is because he's the only other one. So basically, the conversation was, there's 2 stones on Earth. You got one of them to Doctor Strange, and the other one's with Vision. Where the hell is Vision? Vision's gonna be AWOL. Story goes into. Does it go back and forth to Edinburgh, bro?
It does go to Edinburgh. Before that, what happens is I think it's their fight.
Yeah, their fight. Yeah, that's right.
He's gonna call Cap because Banner doesn't know what's been happening for the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's like, where's Cap? And he was like, there's been some complications, blah blah blah. We're not on talking terms. He's like, listen, talking terms don't matter right now. Everyone's gonna die. You need to call Thing. And before that, you see Earthquake, and then Mr. Stark's telling Mr. Strange, are you making your hair move? And they're like, nah. They go outside. The panic's already started, man. You got the spaceship comes down. Thanos has already sent the Black Order out to go get the gems from Earth.
That's right.
He says that on before he leaves Thor, and he says there's 2 gems on Earth. Go get them.
Yeah.
So you come down. Everyone's already panicking, and then what do you see? You see Ebony Maw and Black Dwarf, and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna be epic fight. I think that fight happens first before it goes to
Edinburgh. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
You have the massive fight there, which is absolutely an epic battle. You got Iron Man, you get to see him in his new suit. You see Doctor Strange is evolved in his powers as well. Like he's really good with his powers at the moment. So you get to see that battle. There's the funny scene of Banner trying to Iron Man waiting for Bruce Banner to change, and he's like proper trying to change, and like you can see the greenness. I love that. Like he's ready to change. He has control over the Hulk now, bro. He's ready to go, but his Hulk's not coming out. There's a scene after that where. Sorry, you were saying?
I was gonna say like what I think about Thor. What I think about Hulk now, like because he's praying to come out, and this is weird because on the comics all we know is Hulk. I am the strongest in the world in this universe. That's all we know of Hulk. Now, I think what they're trying to do, what Marvel Studios is trying to do in the movie world, especially after Thor, is they're giving Hulk a character. They're giving him emotions. They're giving him a different thing. So so he's more sellable, and maybe one day they can make a standalone movie. But as we saw in Thor, he's like an infant. So that's why probably he's praying. Maybe he's not. Maybe he went from a mindless beast to be like, I'm the strongest in the world, to now gathering thoughts where now he's back a baby again. So that's probably why he got pranked by Thanos. Maybe he's going to evolve. Maybe he's going to evolve back to an adult stage where he again he's in full control. He knows what's going on, but now he's back in that mode of I ain't scared of shit. I'm the strongest in the world. I don't know, but it's automatically like I was thinking about it. I'm like, how could Hulk be scared? But I think in the movie universe, they're trying to create a character. They're trying to make him, trying to give him characteristics and a personality.
Yeah, they need that. They definitely need that. Yeah. And that's what they did. So
I would have liked to have seen Thor fight. Why do I keep saying Thor? I would like to see Hulk fight the Black Dwarf and Thanos.
That would have been a good scene.
I would have liked to see that. Yeah.
I like that because there was a scene where Hulk almost came out and he was like, "No."
Thank you. No.
Then this is where Spider-Man gets involved. He sees the ship. He comes off. His boy causes a distraction. He comes out. You get to see Stan Lee's cameo. Like you've never seen an alien ship before. Spider-Man comes out, breaks it down, and then it moves on to Doctor Strange and what's his name again?
Ebony Moore.
Ebony Moore having their little beef because they're trying to get the Time Stone.
Yeah, Ebony Moore's power is more like the psychic. What's that power? The psychic power and shit.
Yeah.
Telepathic power and shit. So him and Strange have a good battle about that. But he's Ebony Moore uses his power quite well.
Yeah. No, very good, very good. They put it together and they have this little chase scene with the cape take control. And I love the fact the levitation cape is like on some different level now because it's a personality of its own.
Yeah.
We end up. So Ebony Moore is his name.
Yeah, Ebony Moore. Yeah.
Ebony Moore. So he wraps. It comes out of the ground, wraps him around his neck, puts him to sleep, and then the cape just flies him around the city. But eventually, Spider-Man tries to get him.
Yeah, no, Ebony Moore tries to get the stone, but he realizes Doctor Strange put a spell on it, so he can't even grab the stone. So he realized I got to keep Strange alive for me to get the stone back because I need him to break the spell.
It's a dead man spell, they call it, the dead man spell.
Yeah, because Strange said, like, how are you going to retract the spell if I'm dead?
Yeah, exactly. So it moves on, it goes into the spaceship where Spider-Man's chasing Doctor Strange as well. They get beamed up into the spaceship. And Spider-Man's still trying to help out. Iron Man goes up there, gets a little boost. His new technology suit is absolutely amazing.
Oh, that nanotechnology was wicked.
Yeah, probably one of the best images to see that nano suit go on top of him, bro. It was sick.
So cool.
And it works very differently now. But I mean, it moves on to...
You know what I like about that? Sorry, what I like about that is there was this whole thing about Wakanda after we saw what Wakanda can do in their technology. And how Black Panther's suit is, and it's like, well, people thinking the way Iron Man's suit is, that's coming from the Wakanda technology. But I'm glad it's still his mind frame. Like, he's not like, you know what I mean? He's still a genius in his own sense. Maybe the Wakanda and Sherry's genius is different and way more advanced, but he's got the tools that he's got, and he's using that and advancing. And that nanotechnology is just complementing what he can do still.
No, of course.
Which I thought was fucking awesome.
No, really good. While he's in that suit, he calls out another suit from Avengers base, and Spider-Man's like, I can't breathe up here. He's like, the air's getting thin. My man let goes. The suit comes and grabs him. My man's got the the Iron Spider suit.
Right, wicked. You know that was the Easter egg shit, man. I forgot it, man. The number that he called out. You know when he was like Friday release 7-Eleven or whatever the hell it was called. That was an Easter egg, man. I think it was a Spider-Man comic. I saw it online. I fucking lost my mind. I wrote it down, but it was an Easter egg towards Spider-Man. But bro, that suit looked wicked.
Yeah, that suit was sick. Cool. Suit was sick.
So cool.
They eventually get onto the ship. He tries to send Parker away. Parker still comes back. This is where one of the potholes got me. It's not really a pothole, but Iron Man goes into the ship and then he takes his helmet off, bro. He's in space.
Yeah. There is question because also on Titan they were all had their helmets off, him, whatnot. In the comics, I remember Doctor Strange allows them to breathe out there. Remember, he does a little spell. He allows them to breathe out there. So yeah, I get that.
They should have added that to this though.
I don't know because at first I thought, all right, they're in the ship. It's cool, but when they were on Titan, I was like, all right, well, they're on a different planet. How do they know that it's air free and whatnot?
Exactly.
I have no idea.
Even if it had a little scene saying, "Oh, it's breathable air, it's oxygen," that would have solidified it for me. But anyway, they go onto the ship. Iron Man trying to work out how to get Doctor Strange. Ebony Moore is doing this fucking glass thing that he's pushing into Doctor Strange to try and get this thing off.
Do you know what, bro? I think within this scene, though, sorry, I think this is where we get introduced to Vision and whatnot. I think when Parker was like, I should have stayed on the bus, that's when it cuts to Scotland.
Exactly,
It does,
yeah.
right?
So it cuts to Scotland, and this is when you get to see Vision and Maximoff in their relationship games, and this is where it actually gets moist. This part is quite good. They're talking about their relationship. They see it on the TV screen. Next thing, Vision gets stubbed by what's his name?
Clavius Grave or whatever his name is.
Grave, right through the chest, and then this big fight breaks out between Scarlet Witch, Vision, these two Black Order crew. I can't remember all of their names, man. Sorry, guys.
I remember their name.
Nice little beef, man, because now it shows that Vision's weakness, because he was like, that stab has stopped me from phasing through through things. So that showed another weakness to Vision. And then there was a scene in there where he tried to pile it out of his head. Didn't get it though.
That's the scene we saw in the trailer.
Yeah, that's the scene we saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
It moves on to the battle into the train station, and then because Scarlet Witch was looking to beat both of them. Vision was like, go, and then you see the train pass, and everybody turns around, and bro, out of the darkness.
In the cinema, bro, everyone was like, oh, like even the Chinese people.
I was as well. I was as well, bro. I was like, oh.
I was like, oh my god, fucking Cap. Moist, bro.
Cap come out, bro.
Cool.
He looks wicked, man. Nomad. Fucking Nomad. Nomad comes out. And then you've got Falcon and you've got Scarlet Witch.
What's her name? I think it's Proximity something. She throws her spear and you know what though? Apparently, in the comics, I think that spear is made out. It's Thanos carved it out of some a sun or something, some sort of material.
Yeah.
So in the comics, Captain wouldn't be able to catch that shit.
No.
Anyway, this is one of my things though that I kind of didn't like, because I give this movie like a 9.5 out of 10. What I kind of didn't like, one of the things I didn't like is, you're talking about the beef that's gonna happen. Captain America, Scarlet Witch, and Falcon comes. You know, they're human except Captain, and they kind of take him out. Like, and I was like, well, the Black Order are not looking as vicious as I thought they would be. They're kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting battered by like I use Black Widow as an example. She's a special secret agent or whatever the hell she is. She's got martial arts skills, blah blah blah. But she's taken them out, and I'm like, well, as aliens and as Thanos is children, you guys are with Thanos while he's going around the universe getting rid of half the people in this battle. You guys are kind of weak, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's one thing I thought. But that was a cool battle, bro. Just to see Captain back, I was like, shit, Captain, Nomad.
Yes,
wicked.
Cappy. No, seeing Cappy back was like really good. That was a good scene as well. And what happened? There was something important that happened in that scene as well. She actually stabbed that dude with the spear, didn't she?
Yeah,
she did stab him, and then that proxy girl was like, this ain't gonna happen again. They get teleported, and then I'm trying to remember where it goes next. It goes back to space, right?
Goes back to Captain next, yes. Not Captain. So it goes back to Spider-Man and Iron Man, and they see in the scene that you were talking about. Ebony Moore's got the glass things that's going into
so it's going to
Strange, because he's trying to get the time stone that Strange has got. Yeah. And it's basically telling. I think it was Strange. I was saying to him, I'm assuming this is going to Thanos' planet or something like that. And Ebony Moore was trying to explain to him that I've never let Thanos down.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get
that
time stone.
He's loyal.
Yeah. Well, he believes in it. Like I say, like just almost like a religious thing. And this is probably where Jakob's conversation will come up later, the biblical side of things.
Yeah.
He believed in Thanos' ideology, and he preached it like a preacher, like a religious preacher, which is why I liked Ebony Moore's. Sorry, I thought someone was knocking on my door. No, I liked Ebony Moore's because he's the only one you got a bit of character from, where he's like a truly believer. The other ones just feel like they're followers, they're soldiers. You do this, you do that, and that's it. Ebony Moore feels like, no, I want to do this. Like, I believe this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, now that scene was cool. And then you got Spidey and Iron Man again discussing plan. That was a good scene between them because, I was watching Mark Bernard's review
Yeah.
And one of the things he was talking about is the relationship between Spider-Man and Iron Man. And
Yeah.
all throughout from Civil War, when Iron Man got Spider-Man involved, and then through Homecoming, Iron Man was almost like that father figure, that role model figure, and he was like, I can't let you die on my watch. I can't allow that to happen. If you die, it's on me. He's been saying that, right? And this happens in this scene already, like, because he's already like, what are you doing here? Like, I can't. You shouldn't be here. We're in space. Like, you can't die on my watch. I think that's what's bugging Tony Stark. Like, when Spider-Man's in the things, like, cool, you helped. I want you out of the picture now. You know what I mean? If you die, it's on me. And that's
Of course.
So you already get that sort of sense where he's like, what are you doing here, man? But yeah. From there, where's it going to, man? So they build a plan, right? And Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man and bringing up all the pop culture, man. He was like, oh, have you seen that movie Aliens or something? That was wicked, bro. Yeah, what happened? So Iron Man comes down, he approaches Ebony Maw, and then he blows rather than shooting at Ebony Maw, he shoots at the ship, so all the oxygen gets sucked out into space, right?
Yeah. So basically, Spider-Man referenced a thing from the Aliens movie. He goes, "You remember that movie Aliens?" And they did that exact same plot to get rid of one of the bad guys. So to basically, Iron Man was there just to distract him, blow the hole. He goes out. Spider-Man gets to use his new suit, and you get to see the tentacles, the claws come out, hold up, and you get to see that part. Cool. This is where Tony. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When Strange was gonna get sucked out as well, you just see Spider-Man catch him, and then just before like they're getting sucked out, yeah, the Spider-Man extra legs come out, hold it. I was like, oh my god, that's sick.
It was full on. It was absolutely full on. It was brilliant. They really worked it out really well. But then it got emotional because Doctor Strange thought they were going to go back to Earth, and they didn't go back to Earth. The plan was, well, let's take the fight to him. Iron Man was saying, like, I've been 6 years ago, this crazy shit happened, and I do not want it to happen on Earth again. So let's move on. And
he's been in my head for that long. I'm going to him.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to get comfortable now.
Sorry, man. Yeah, get comfortable. Podcast time. Sorry, I'm gonna do some Instagram posts as well.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, so Tony Stark has had this Thanos in his head, or this incident in his head for so long. He's like, we need to take the fight to him. And there was a little disagreement between Strange and Stark. Obviously, not all the characters are gonna bond straight away. They never do.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange says it straight. Like, listen, if we're doing this, I'm telling you now, if there's a choice between you or the kid or protecting this stone, I'm protecting this stone. Straight up for the fate of the universe. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And when Tony Stark goes up to Spider-Man and says, now you're an Avenger. And you see the way he stood, he was just like, he put his chest up and he looked to the side. He was so moist. And that was an awesome scene where he asked Strange, oh, I'm Peter Parker, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm Doctor Strange. He's like, oh, shit, okay, we're using our fake names. I'm Spider-Man. I thought that was awesome. This is what I loved about it. The interactions were awesome. And the fact that they don't know each other and the way they're introducing each other and stuff like that, I loved all of that, man. I thought that's what makes the film so fun as well, man, because the way they're just introducing each other. That's one of the aspects that makes it fun.
You're bringing these elements into the comic, into the reality of what we want to see. It's just pure moistness. Alright, moving on. It's actually one of my favourite opening scenes, and I love these guys. But when I heard this track, I was like...
You know what's coming.
I love this song, bro. I'm so glad they brought it in there. Big track. So, I love the classical stuff, bro. You know me.
They do it well, man. Star-Lord, awesome. That scene, again, another wicked scene. Guardians of the Galaxy, you get introduced to them. The banter starts already. Drax is asleep. Groot is on his video game, cussing and shit. What is it? They take a call, right? They hear a call, a distress call, which is Thor's ship, the Asgardians. Yep. They go in towards it, Star-Lord and the banter between Star-Lord and Rocket are like, yeah, we're going to get paid. And then Star-Lord's looking at Gamora like, no, we're not. We're just doing this because we're good people and shit like that.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And then you see splat Thor onto the thing. So Thor can breathe in space, obviously. So that's why they were like, holy shit, this guy's still alive out there. And then they bring him on the ship. And that scene was wicked when they put him in. I love that, man. It's like, oh, I can't believe this dude's not alive still. And then Drax is like, he's not a dude. You're a dude. This is a man. This is a man. Very handsome man.
Very handsome man. It's like a pirate and an angel had a baby.
Love it, man. So
Drax is
fun,
wicked.
bro.
Drax is wicked.
Drax is wicked. His dry humor is the best, bro.
No, of course, bro. He breaks it down completely.
Even Gamora gets a bit moist over Thor, and they're telling Star-Lord, I think you let yourself go a bit, man. And Drax was like, chin. I saw the double chin. I was cracking up, bro.
I think Rocket was like, you're one sandwich away from being fat. Oh, it was brilliant, bro. Absolutely brilliant. Yo, G, I need to go to the toilet.
Okay.
I'm going to let you continue, bro. Get your moistness in there, get your thoughts in there. So continue from that scene, and I'll see you in about 2 minutes, bro.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so basically, so them guys, that's when you get the introduction between Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy. The banter was jokes. Again, what we were just talking about. Mantis has already checked Thor's head and kind of, just seeing his thoughts, and she could say, oh, he's grieving, he's angry, They'll like wake him up. He wakes up all, panicky and shit like that. And he's like, who the hell are you guys? It's Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. So that's the introduction between them. It's quite awesome. Through those scenes, you just see Thor in a state where he's already on the mission. I need to go to this planet, and I need to get my new weapon, which is called... Was it the Iron... Nah, I can't remember, man. Shit, I gotta wait till Kibler comes back. Starburst or something? Shit, I can't remember. Anyway, but the interaction between them is good, and then Thor tells him it's Thanos. Already you see something in Gamora's face, you just see her face and the emotions, and this is where Thanos tells the Guardians of the Galaxy about Thanos already taking the Power Stone from the Nova Corps, right? So we didn't see that scene, they didn't show that in the film, but that was the scene that was explained where Thanos got the Power Stone. And he mentioned that nobody knows where the Mind Stone is, and he said that the other two stones are on planet Earth, and they're protected by the Avengers. So this is where Star-Lord and them and Drax and Mantis hear the Avengers name. So that comes in later on in the movie. So he mentions the Avengers, and then but when Thor says nobody knows where the Mind Stone is, Gamora's face says it all. Right, you could tell there's something going on there. And again, later on in the film, it shows that she knows where the Mind Stone is. Thanos sent her on a mission ages ago, and she found it. She just chose not to tell him because she knows what he's capable of. So after that scene, basically, Thor's like, I need to go get this weapon. I can't remember where it's from, but it's basically same place where they made his hammer. But he's like, I need to go get this weapon, which is a Thanos killing type of weapon, and Star-Lord kind of makes a joke saying, shouldn't we all have a weapon like that? But the scene before that was awesome. Again, it's like Star-Lord, feeling a little bit insecure about his manhood right now. He starts talking like Thor, all like manly and Thorly and whatnot. And that scene was just jokes. Like Thor's like, are you mocking me? And he's like, no, this is how I talk. And then Groot and Mantis are basically picking him up on it. It's like, oh, you made your voice deeper. What are you doing? You're doing it again. He's like, no, this is how I talk. So again, the banter that they bring to this movie is just awesome. Like each character, it's crazy. Like each character in the movie, and each they all have separate movies. They all have separate personalities. And in this movie, it's not like they've changed. They're exactly the same. Kibla, I was just talking about the funny scene where Star-Lord's, feeling very insecure and whatnot about himself. He starts talking like Thor.
Yeah,
and they're picking him up with it. It's like, he's such an insecure you, bro. But I was just saying, like, all these movies, 10 years of movies, 10 years of character building, they can't be into this one movie and they're all the same character. Nobody has changed. Their banter is the same, and it feels like all of them should be in the same movie together. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It doesn't feel like, oh, he's out of place. Nobody's out of place in this movie. They all got together amazingly. But yeah, I mean, Thor, after that scene, Thor is taking one of their ships pods or whatever. He decides to take Rocket. I love the way he keeps calling Rocket Rabbit. Rabbit, you seem like the captain. Come with me. And then Groot. They go off to what's Thor's new weapon called? Again, I forgot.
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
But
That's
the place
it.
is called Nendervale.
Nendervale. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Nendervale.
Yeah.
So they go off to Nendervale, and then Guardians go off to nowhere, right? That's where the Collector is.
Right.
Yes, nowhere. So I was just saying earlier as well that when Thor mentioned that nobody knows where the Mind Stone, the Soul Stone is, Gamora's face says it all.
Yeah.
It says it all in her face that she knows, and that scene comes up after.
Yeah.
So what happens there? So Thanos goes off to London Moor, wherever you said. Guardians are gonna go to nowhere to see what they're happening with the Reality Stone and the Collector. Where's it cut off to there? What's the next part? It goes to. Does it go back to Earth with Captain when you see them walking into the Avengers quarter?
Yeah.
Wicked.
It goes back there.
Yeah, I love that scene, man.
Yeah.
Because then you see Rhodey, you see War Machine in there. He's talking to General Ross. Yeah, they're looking at Captain saying he's a criminal. You need to arrest him. And War Machine's like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, that's a subpoena or whatever he said.
Yeah.
But it's good to see them like bonding again. There was no awkwardness. It was like, good to see you, Cap.
Good to
like,
see you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that's where Hulk, Bruce Banner appears again. Because Bruce Banner, so we didn't even mention, Bruce Banner took Stark's phone at the end of that big battle that they had in the beginning, and he called Captain. So when they first saw, again, when Bruce Banner came in, everyone in the cinema was like, ooh, because of Bruce Banner and Scarlet. And he's like, yeah, I'm back. And I thought that was a great scene, just to have him back.
No, it was good. It was good, and it was like Falcon was like, "This is awkward."
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny, man. But then, then they start explaining what's going on.
Yeah.
Bruce Banner explains what Thanos is after and everything, and he's after the Mind Stone. And Vision has already come up with a plan that Scarlet, you're the only one that can destroy it. So he's an honorable cyborg, whoever the hell he is, android, and he's like, my life is not worth trillions.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Honorable Captain is like, no, we're not trading anyone's lives here.
Yeah.
And they're trying to, and then Bruce Banner comes out with the wicked idea of like, his brain comes out with the idea saying, even though if we take the stone out, this Vision is incorporated with not just the stone, but a bit of Ultron, a bit of Tony Stark, a bit of Bruce Banner. So we take that out, you're still going to be Vision in a way.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he just didn't have the technology and the resources to take the stone out. That's why Captain said, I know what place. I know what place.
I love when the song comes in, bro.
Yeah, I love that song. I was saying, like one of the things I was saying to you about the Avengers movie is like I do think I love the soundtrack and it suits the movie. It gets me pumped. I don't think it's as an epic soundtrack as The Dark Knight, for example. Like Hans Zimmer, man, when he makes a soundtrack, that's a soundtrack that I feel like I could go jogging in that soundtrack. I could do a hardcore gym session in that soundtrack. It just gets me pumping.
Yeah.
With the Avengers one, it seems a bit more, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't hit the emotions as well, but it's a wicked soundtrack. I wish Hans Zimmer done the soundtrack, but anyway, brilliant soundtrack. So yeah, them guys decide to go to, what Vision was trying to tell Scarlet to kill the stone. She doesn't want to do it, so the other solution was we go to Wakanda, we take the stone out, Scarlet, you blow that shit up.
Yeah.
Where's it go to next, man? Shit.
It goes into Wakanda, bro.
Does it go straight into Wakanda?
Yeah, bro.
No.
The tune
No,
plays.
I think it goes back to somewhere else, no?
No, man, Captain's like, I know where to go. And then you hear the tune, bro. You break it down, I have to play the song, man. We've got to put the soundtracks in there, bro. Where's it
Do
going?
it.
Where is it? It's actually one of my favourite. I've got to say, it's got to be one of my favourite soundtracks, but...
It is awesome. I feel like the scene goes to... I feel like the scene goes back to Thanos or something, man.
No? No, it's not this song. Shit.
What the hell is that, bro?
No, man, it's the song, but it's like... Wait, hold up. You just hear it. And it goes in, and it goes to them lot walking to Okoya and
T'Challa.
T'Challa walk into White Wolf, telling him, it's time to get back, and they open a
Yes,
briefcase.
you're right. And they bring him his own gauntlet, his new arm.
His new arm, yeah.
Wakandan vibranium arm. Yeah. You're right. White Wolf is doing some work. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
It's time to bring him
That
back
was
into,
wicked again
yeah.
to see that, man. I mean, Mark Bernard, when I was watching his review, one of the things he was saying, he felt like the only reason why they went to Wakanda was to do the war. That's where they needed the war. Mark Bernard, man, I love that dude. I disagree with him in the sense that I don't think that was the only reason. That again, I think they were expressing the intelligence that Shuri has, and the Wakanda have, because she explains to get that gem out, there's a trillion ways that it can go wrong, and she's the only one who can do it. Remember when Vision is on the table, Bruce Banner and her geeking out, and he explains to her what needs to be done. She looks at him, she said da 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 da, and then when it came to, what did she say? Because they designed Ultron, they just designed Vision.
Yeah.
So she must have mentioned, why didn't you do that before? And then Bruce Banner was like, because I didn't think of it. And she goes, I'm sure you tried anyway. It just shows the intelligence of what she has and the technology the Wakanda people have.
Oh yeah, of
so
course.
I disagree with Mark Bernard in that sense. I don't think they went to Wakanda just to have the war. Again, it was like, this is the only place we can go if we wanted to save Vision.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The easiest option is just to blow him up there, but moistness between Scarlet and obviously Captain Honorable Guy, it's like, we're not losing anyone, was that's not going to happen.
No, of course.
And obviously they got a movie to build, so you can't just kill Vision straight away there and movie over. So No,
of course. I mean, from there, yeah, it's quite difficult. You can't just kill him. The movie's over. Yeah, you're right. So they have to kind of prolong it, man. That's basic, man. They'll be like, why did they kill him, man? Basic. I wanted to see Thanos.
Yeah. And Thanos will be like, well, this is fucked, isn't it? So he'll probably just go home.
So, moving on, it goes back to the Guardians in space. Thor's gone to Nendervale. The Guardians get to nowhere, find out there's a section where there's some activity going. They get to there, you see Thanos doing his monologue, stepping on the Collector's chest.
But before that though, it's an important scene with Gamora asking and Star-Lord to kill her, because she knows.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So there was a scene before they got there, was quite an emotional scene, because she knows where the stone is. She's asked Peter Quill to kill her if anything happens.
Yeah, this explains when Thor says nobody knows where the Mind Stone is, and you see Gamora's face drop.
Yeah.
Is where this explains it there. She knows where it is. She's chosen not to tell Peter Quill, but she's just saying, promise on your mother that you will kill me if he gets hold of me. And that was quite deep. I thought that was quite emotional. And then Drax had to spoil the moment, but give us jokes. I'm invisible. I love him, bro. He's so jokes.
They start lip-syncing, and then he puts one of them popcorn or something in his mouth. Gets caught. He goes, I'm invisible. I've learnt the master of being still. And then, what's her name again?
Mantis. She comes out, hey, Drax.
Yeah.
Do you know what, though, yeah? You know what, right? So, listen. I'm going to move ahead a little bit, right? Because I have to express this, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's cussing Star-Lord, saying Star-Lord fucked it up. Right? They had an opportunity to take the gauntlet off Thanos' hand, but he fucked it up because we know Thanos eventually kills Gamora for the Soul Stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, the only thing I feel, in this movie you show they're in love-ish, right? I don't think they built, and this is what Mark Bernard said as well, and I kind of agree with him. In the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, I don't think they built that love that much.
No, you're right.
In regards to Peter Quill getting so emotional and fucking up the whole universe, half the universe, because he started hitting Thanos when they almost got the glove off, and then it ruined everything because Mantis had him under control, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That you would do if you were deeply, deeply in love with someone. Obviously, they were showing that he was, but I don't think they expressed that love too much in the movies for you to be like, all right, I know how moist you were over her, so you did that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? But that opening scene, that scene, between Gamora and Star-Lord does show that they're in love, and it does show that Gamora knows where the Soul Stone is, and the only person she wants to kill her is someone that she loves, which is Peter Quill. So Yeah, I mean that's one thing I agree with Mark Bernard when you didn't really feel that they were deeply in love for Star Lord to do what he did.
No,
But
of course, of course.
we'll get to that Star Lord part in a bit. But I had to take it there just to kind of express
Yeah.
that.
So basically, you got Thanos getting. He's already got. Basically, it shows Thanos stepping on the Collector's chest, and Drax getting emotional, and he's gonna go and fuck things up, and Star Lord stopping him, and Mantis putting him to sleep. Gamora goes out. She starts throwing her sword around, stabbing Thanos in the neck, which was unusual. I knew it was a setup then because things were red in the background, and I was like, that dude's using a reality stone. He starts bleeding, hits the floor. Why did he do this? And then next thing,
Yeah, but you see again, you see, that's not Thanos dying because everyone was like, "What? That was it." Even the Collector said it, or Star Lord said it. Like that was quick.
yeah,
But when she kills him, you see her bursting out in tears. There was love.
yeah,
Like there was that love. Like she hated him, but he brought me up. He killed my family, blah blah blah. But he brought me up. I don't know if that Gamora story comes there or after, or maybe it comes after. But yeah, but again, you straight away feel the connection between Gamora and Thanos. Something they haven't built on, to be honest. They're only building it on within this movie because this is a Thanos movie, I believe.
yeah.
But yeah, you see her bursting out in tears and whatnot, and then the Reality Stone is in play, moist.
Yeah, so the reality stone's in play. So it gets to the part where Peter Quill has to kill her. He does it. He pulls the trigger, lose, bare bubbles, gun disappears,
Yep.
Thanos disappears, and Gamora's been taken by Thanos.
Yeah, I think that was deep, man. He turned Drax into whatever. He turned Mantis into. Again, I thought that was pretty cool because in the comic books there are things like that where he turns them into a funny thing. So I'm glad they used that rather than them getting blasted away or just disappear.
No, of
He
course,
used the Reality Stone to. Yeah, I
change.
like what they did with that, because he used each stone. You see each power of the stone. You know what I mean? He closes his fist and he uses the Reality Stone. He closes his fist. He uses the Time Stone and shit like that. The Power Stone. It's wicked. I love the way they did that. They did express each power of the stone when he got them.
Very well. They did it very well. So very well.
So you understand what the stone is capable of.
No, of course. I'm trying to remember.
Does that I think that might go into the Gamora story, man. Straight after that. So Thanos takes off with Gamora.
Yeah, and then it goes into what's her name? Nebula getting tortured.
Isn't it go on to the story of where Gamora was kidnapped by Thanos? Or
that was just before the romantic scene. Drax messed up.
Okay. Well, we should go back to that then, man, because that's an important scene, man. Like, you just see Thanos taking over. This is where you see Gamora being taken by Thanos. Because, like we said in the beginning, Thanos has this ideology that his planet was destroyed because there's too many people on the planet. So you cut it by half, and all the resources could be distributed evenly. So he's using that ideology for the rest of the universe, and he's doing this on Gamora's planet right now. And again, you see Ebony Maw preaching on the planet, and then Thanos just had a liking in her, man. I saw her as a daughter, right?
Yeah.
Took her away. He gave her that knife, the one about the balance.
Yeah.
He's talking his ideology about balance in the universe within the knife, which I thought was awesome.
Exactly.
It looks like he's so motivated by this ideology. He puts it within everything he does.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have a balance even within the knife. And then you just see all her people, her mum, everyone get killed. And then you raised her from there. So I thought that was quite deep. And this is where I was thinking as well about Thanos. In the beginning, he takes his armor off. There's a lot of questions about, alright, you had your armor on this whole time we ever known you, and now you're ready to go into beef, you take the armor off. I feel that, one, the armor was taken off because he doesn't need to be, he's not in war no more. He's after the stones, right? Where in those times he was in battle and war and killing half the population of. And two, they took it off to give him character. They took his helmet off to see his face, so you can see him emotion. Because this was a Thanos movie, man. We need to see Thanos. We need to. I think they did it so they make him a bit human. You know what I mean? Otherwise, if he's covered with too much armor, you don't see his face. You don't see his body.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So I think it was a smart move to just kind of make Thanos more of a character. Or
Yeah,
of
yeah,
a
you
personality.
had to, because we have to see emotions, we have to see him, and that plays a
Yeah,
big
so
part.
taking off his armor was at first I didn't think about why, but I'm like, yeah, you needed to give the guy character to take off his armor. Makes sense.
No,
Like
definitely.
you need to get to know him, man. Otherwise, you're like, alright, we're just another basic villain. But you need to get to know him, and you don't want to cover his face with a helmet and shit.
No, of course you don't want to be doing that, man. You don't want to be doing that at all. And they've grounded this character much more because now the motive of what Thanos wants to do, I connect to.
Bro, I'm not even joking, man. I've had a few people tell me after they watch this movie, like, I agree with Thanos' motive. Like, there is too many fucking people in the world, and that's why there's so many poor people and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wow, listen, man, for people to come out and actually say I agree with him, one makes his motive amazing for this movie, and I'm glad he had a good motive, bro, because after 10 years, like I said, if it was just for love, that's fucking basic, right? I would think that wouldn't be a good motive. But so for this motive of this, and for people to come out and say I agree with his motive, I think was perfect. Like the movie, the storytellers actually, used a motive that people can actually relate to. I think, wow, that's deep. That's real.
No, of
Like,
course, of course, they had to break it down, man. So, yeah, I forgot where we were, bro.
Gamora was taken away from Thanos, and does that take them onto Nebula? Nebula getting tortured, right?
Yeah, so
Because Gamora was telling because Thanos, they had that scene with Thanos and Gamora. He brings her some food, and again, like, to be honest, at that scene, I'm like, he's not a nice guy. He cares for her. He's bringing her food and shit. And she's like, I hate that chair. I hate this. And she tells him, I don't know where the stone is. And he's like, listen. She tells him, you're disappointed in me because I didn't find the stone. And he's like, I'm disappointed in you because you did find it and you didn't tell me.
You lied.
And yeah, you're lying. And that's where she takes Gamora. He takes Gamora to Nebula, and seeing her getting tortured. And that her getting tortured, Nebula getting tortured, is actually an Easter egg from the comic. So remember in the comics, he turns her into some kind of Thanos turns Nebula into some kind of zombie shit, man. In this one, you remember how fucked up she was. Yeah. Eventually, in the comics, Nebula gets hold of the Infinity Gauntlet, and she brings back all the other superheroes after they got clicked away. Yeah. But in this one, they use it in a different aspect. Torturing her so Gamora can give up the whereabouts of the Soul Stone. Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was a cool little Easter egg that they gave there, and she obviously mentioned something to him. It was a bit. I was also thinking like, all right, Gamora, you didn't tell Peter Quill or none of them guys about it because you wanted to protect them, but you told Nebula because he brought the recording out of her head, right?
Yeah, that's right.
She told him. So I was a bit like, come on, why'd you tell her for, man? If you wanted to keep it a secret, you should have kept it a secret, full stop. But yeah, so she finds out that Thanos knows that she knows where the Soul Stone is.
Yeah, so that's right.
To save her sister, she decides to take him to the stone.
Shit. They go to a planet called Vermor. Vermor?
Can't remember, man. But yeah.
The planet looked like peaceful and quiet.
Very beautiful visuals in this movie, I would say, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And, in those scenes, I was telling you, Thanos reminds me of King Rao from Fist of the North Star, bro.
Fist of the North Star, yeah.
Like, his big boots, right? His big upper body, little peanut head with that big upper body, and his arm is just... I'm like, that looks like King Rao, man. Like, wicked, bro. It looks like a proper manga character, comic book character.
No, he did.
Yeah, in his vest and whatnot. Yeah, looked awesome, bro. But yeah, that was an epic scene because they're looking for the Soul Stone, and then we get introduced to someone that everyone forgot about 10 years ago, not 10 years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago. Red Skull.
Bang.
I remember watching the first Captain America, and I was like, oh yeah, Red Skull's still out there somewhere because he held the Tesseract and then he disappeared somewhere. That was wicked. That was a wicked thing. I was like, oh my god, Red Skull.
Very good comeback. They basically really smashed that one because it wasn't expecting it. Because I remember hearing his voice and I was like, holy shit, man, that sounds like fucking Red Skull, man. Pow, show your face.
Was it the same actor? I heard it wasn't the same actor.
No, it was somebody else. I don't think Hugo Weavings came back for it.
basic. He made a mistake. Anyway.
Yes. It's alright, bro. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They don't reuse in his face anyway, so.
Yeah, good scene. Good scene to bring him back, man. And he's like this lost spirit on that planet now, right? Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, my theory, I don't know, this is what my theory is that the Tesseract took him away. He was also after the Infinity Stones,
That's
right?
right, that's right.
He explained that, right? He was also after them. He was aware of them. So the Tesseract sent him away to this place. He went to look for the Soul Stone, right? And I reckon he sacrificed himself to try and get the Soul Stone. Realize, I lose. You're not supposed to sacrifice yourself. You're supposed to sacrifice something you love.
Yeah.
So he became a lost spirit. You lose, man. You became a spirit. You don't get shit.
Yeah.
So he's got to stay there for the rest of his life. And I think he explains that to Thanos. And this scene got me, bro, because this is when Thanos became human. This is when you related to For me, this is where I related to Thanos. And I was like, I love Thanos, man. Because Thanos starts crying, right? And then Gamora starts laughing at him. Because Gamora's like, the universe has come back to you. It's got back to you. You're trying to set the balance in this universe. Now the universe has got back to you. You don't love anything. And that's when you realize how much love he had for his daughter, Gamora. He actually saw her as his daughter. And she's laughing at him with his tears. She's like, tears, are you serious? And then Red Skull's like, it's like, those tears are not for him. They're for you. Like, and I was like, that is deep, bro. And bro, I found that scene emotional, man. Thanos' face, like, that's when I loved Thanos. I was like, this is my dude, bro. I love this guy.
No, he was really good. It was compelling.
Bro, the emotions you saw in his face and the way he grabbed her, and you could tell that he was like, I need to do this, but I'm sorry. And he dropped her, bro. Gamora dead for his soul, and like, this is what I was saying about the soundtrack. The soundtrack was deep, but what I'm saying is, say for example, it was like the Last Samurai soundtrack. Remember that end scene where they're all getting shot and that epic music's on and it hits my heart and I feel like I want to cry and shit. If it was a deep soundtrack like that, bro, I reckon I would have been emotional because that was a deep scene, man. Thanos' face is weird, man, but it got me, man. I was like,
yeah, of course.
Emotional about it. He wasn't a ruthless mother. Do you know what I loved about him, bro? He wasn't just the ruthless titan that just wanted to kill everyone in this movie. He had such a motive. He had love in his heart for Gamora and stuff like that. He had love in his heart for his other sons and stuff as well, because he mentions that after when he finds out Ebony Moore's dead, he's saying that this has been a very sacrificed a lot or something.
We sacrificed a lot, yeah. That's right, yeah.
You can tell that he's been grieving, but that scene was deep, man. And then they go off to a different world, right? When he gets the stone. You see Baby Gamora or something like that.
No.
Wasn't that there? Like,
no, that's at the end. That's at the end.
Okay. But
basically,
he just
it blows up. The light comes. He wakes up in water. He's got the stone in his hand. Good night. Mind stone. Soul stone. Sorted.
Soul stone sorted.
Soul for a soul.
This movie was like obviously like a Thanos movie, but it was his journey to collect those stones, man.
Yeah.
And all the sacrifices he had to make to get them.
Of course.
But yeah, awesome scene. For me, that was the scene where I connected with Thanos personally. I was like, this is my dude, man.
No, very good scene, and then it moves on to. I'm trying to remember.
Does it go back to the ship where Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange are on, and this is where they get introduced to the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah. That's right. No, I think it goes back to Thor, bro.
Does it go back to Thor?
Go back to Thor, and then it comes back to them. So Thor gets to Nandavera. The Dwarf Star's not working. They get into that Dwarf Star, find out that they've killed everybody, and there's only one. The people that build these amazing weapons there. But in the process, you get to see one of the gloves that he made.
Gauntlets.
One of the gauntlets.
What's his name? Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I can't remember. Peter Dinklage is his real name. I don't know what his name was in the film.
Well, this is where you see him. I love the way the fact that he's a dwarf, but they made a massive dwarf. Yeah. So he made like Thanos, and he made Thor look like a little dwarf. Like,
yeah, that's awesome. Right. Yeah. So you get that. He told Thanos. Thanos told him that if you make me this thing, I'll keep you guys alive. He kills everybody anyway. Keeps him alive. Puts his hand in metal. Yeah, puts his hand in metal. Thor.
Your mind is yours, but your hands are mine, or some shit like that. It's mad.
So Thor was like, "You don't need your hands. We'll get this together." And then they bring the star back on and build this new Thor hammer called the Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
Absolutely.
Thor sacrifices himself, right?
Yeah.
To
start
to heat up the metal.
To heat up the metal to get it done, and then it moves on to Titan, where they get to meet the Guardians of the Galaxy. So Iron Man, Doctor Strange, they meet.
Wicked scene.
It's a wicked scene. It opens it up. They have a little beef, and then they stop. They start talking about a plan that Thanos is gonna come here to meet us here.
I tell you what I did love. I mean, one they get introduced to each other, but I did love the fact that they had to update each other about shit. Like, you know, when Drax was like telling him about the standoff, like the dance off and shit, and they mentioned Footloose. I love the fact that, you know, they're introducing themselves to each other and also like kind of updating them about their previous interactions and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do think that was quite awesome the way they did that. And the Guardians are the perfect characters to have that banter with.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, they absolutely smashed it.
This was the most important, one of the most important scenes for me though, because this is where Doctor Strange is doing his meditation and freaking out, and they're like, "Yo, what the hell's going on?" And they see him, and then he says, "I've gone into the future to see how many possible ways that, you know, we could win this or whatever." And he went through like 14 million possible ways, and they only won one way. And I think this is what kills me, man. He knows everything. Everything that happens, everything the way it did, it had to happen because he knows that's the only way we could win. So, like I say, like before, where they were cussing Star-Lord because he fucked up the plan, I reckon Strange knew we have to do this. This has to happen like this because it's the only way that we're gonna win eventually. It's mad. So that was an epic scene, like, and that made me think, man, Strange knows everything, and I love the fact that he knows everything. It's crazy. It's crazy thinking about it.
No, he absolutely broke it down. So that was the part where he finds out. They create a plan. They put it together, and then I'm trying to remember where it moves off to next. It goes back to Wakanda, right?
That might be the scene of Wakanda, yeah. But that might be the scene that I already talked about. I think maybe I went ahead too quick when they have Vision on the table.
Have you already spoken about that?
I think I did, yeah. Because I was telling you how it, like when I was saying Mark Bernard believes that they went there for the war.
No. We haven't got to that part of the movie yet. So it goes to Wakanda.
I went ahead. Yeah. But
So
anyway, go on.
It goes to Wakanda. They're on the table. They're trying to get it sorted out. But they need time. Shuri said she needs time. So that's where you hear the famous, "Get this man a shield."
Oh, so wicked. Raise the defenses and get this man a shield.
That's it.
Oh, that was epic.
So this is the beef where it starts off. These big things start falling to the planet. These things are coming into the world. Like, I don't know, big parts of the ship with the loads of aliens on it and stuff. So they come to the world, start breaking out. Wakanda has this barrier around it, so one of the ships get destroyed. But before that, you have this massive, really nice introduction of them lot smiling when they're coming off the aircraft, the Queen Jet, and then they shake hands. And
I love that
Bucky comes.
I love that War Machine made Bruce Banner bow.
Yeah. He was like, "Do I bow?" We don't do this.
I love that. That was awesome. Thinking Princess Bruce Banner just bowing like a little princess. It made me laugh, bro.
But yeah, it was a nice opening scene when they come into Wakanda. This is where the battle comes off. So they all meet up. They go to the front of the ship. Front of the barriers. They go and talk to Proxy and that other guy, Chameleon dude or something.
I love the way they did that. Sorry, do you remember back in all the other movies we ever used to watch, like Braveheart and Gladiator and whatever? When they have those type of wars, the three generals come to the front. Even Last Samurai, they come to the front. They see if there's any truce, any surrendering. No surrender. Cool, we're gonna fight. Then they go back to their troops and gonna fight. I love that. How they did that. That was awesome.
So that goes into that. The aliens don't start coming in straight away. It cuts off to the next scene, doesn't it? It goes back to space. Titan. Goes back to Titan. Where's my water, man? I'm starting to lose.
With Thanos, no, not Thanos. Thor has already got his weapon at this point, right?
Yeah.
They've already made his weapon. I remember that scene was quite cool because he took the power of the sun. He's almost dying, and this is where Groot finally gets off his fucking video game and does something. They're looking for the handle, right, for the thing. And he chops off his arm, so the handle is Groot's arm for Thor's thing. You just see Thor's fingers moving, and then that was the end of that scene. I thought that was quite cool. Groot finally got involved in a sense that all right, you're valuable here now.
Yeah, no, that definitely. That moves on to them lot fighting in Titan. So they've got a plan together. Doctor Strange gets there. It's a little bit of a setup. Thanos gets there. He's like, he lost another son. Is that
Ebony Moore? Yeah,
Ebony
I
Moore?
presume Ebony Moore's been killed.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm the master. Yeah. That's when, again, you're feeling more Thanos because it's not just like, all right, my soldier's dead. He's like, there's been a lot of sacrifice, man, for me to do what I've got to do. Yeah, I thought that was deep.
I remember
this is what we were talking about earlier, that they can breathe in space. They're on Titan, and all the Earthlings can breathe, like Iron Man and Peter and Strange. They're breathing fine. So
yeah, they
this
didn't
is another
really explain that. I mean, that got me a little bit. But what happens is, Strange is like, you look like a Thanos, and then this beef kicks off, and Doctor Strange in this movie is utilized to his best.
Yeah.
He uses his powers much more in this, and this is really good because you get to see everybody doing what they do. So they're trying to take the glove off Thanos, so they're doing some teamwork.
I was gonna say, how awesome is that scene? Like, I know you get into the glove part, but how awesome was that scene? But that was like a proper comic book fight scene, bro, between Thanos and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like, Doctor Strange done his 16-arm thing, turned into like a million different Doctor Stranges. Bro, he threw, Doctor Strange threw some energy blast thing at Thanos. Thanos used a glove to throw one back. I was like, oh my god, this scene is sick, bro. And then I know I'm cutting ahead, bro, but that scene where Thanos grabs the moon and throws it at Tony, oh my god, bro. I was like, this is a comic book movie, bro.
Oh yeah,
like,
of course,
do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
of course, you break it down because you get to see
bro?
everybody using their powers. You get to see them using it at the.
Fuck, that was sick.
And it was sick because he used. He used the Power Stone and the Reality Stone to bring it in, and the Time Stone to teleport it. Oh man, it was emotional. It's too much.
So epic. Best.
Very good scene.
Yeah. But the plan worked, right? The plan worked. Everyone grabbed, one grabbed the leg, one grabbed the arm. Mantis was on top controlling Thanos, trying to put him to sleep. And she was saying there that he's grieving and stuff like that because that's where he gets to find out where Gamora is dead, right? This is where Peter Quill's like, oh, just so you know, this is my plan. It's gonna work. You got Iron Man and Spider-Man trying to take off the gauntlet, and you got Mantis on top of his head saying he's grieving. And then that's when Star-Lord's like, where's Gamora? And when she says she's grieving, and he was like, I had to do it, or something like that. Thanos is grieving, saying, I had to do it. And then this is where Star-Lord is getting cussed all over the internet, saying he was the worst hero, and he caused deaths of trillions and trillions. He started punching Thanos in the face, where Tony Stark was like, chill, we nearly got the glove off. He started punching Thanos in the face, and Mantis loses a bit of control from the head, and then Thanos gets his power back on. They literally had the glove off, and then he got it back on. Yeah. So everyone's cussing Star-Lord for that. But this is my theory. Even Mark Bernard was saying, everyone said, but this is my theory. Strange knows. Like, I'm going back to Strange. Strange knows it has to happen this way. There's one way out of 14 million. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
No,
so
of course.
All these little specifics have to happen for this one way to work. This is what I'm saying. Like, I know it seems like he fucked up the plan, but I reckon what Strange might have saw is like, okay, we took the glove off him. This happened. He gets the glove back. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
Like, maybe in that way, he breaks Peter Parker in half or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no, of course. It could have been one of those.
The whole world is cussing. The whole world right now is cussing Star-Lord. I think Mr. Strange knows. What's that?
Well, it's Dad's here, bro. Hold up. I have to cut this part out. Yeah. Alright, speak to Dad later on, bro.
Okay, I'll call him, yeah.
Alright. Half an hour later, bro.
I'll call him later.
I don't know.
Cool.
It's almost 4 o'clock. Yaku's going to be on his way.
Alright, cool. I know we're going in, but we had to geek out about this, bro. Sorry. This is what I'm trying to say. Everyone's cussing Star-Lord. Everyone's saying he was the worst Avenger. He caused murder. Strange knows. All I'm saying, Strange knows it had to happen this way. This is what I love about the movie. Because Strange saw everything, I don't think there's any way. because Strange saw everything, you can't blame it on, they should have done that, they should have done this. No, Strange knows it has to happen this exact way.
Exactly. And it was.
That's my perspective.
Really good fight in the process. Tony Stark's suit, you get to see his suit working its best as well, fighting Thanos as well. In the process where he tries to stab Thanos breaks it off his arm and stabs Tony Stark, where I originally thought he was going to die there.
Me too, man. I was like, fuck. The whole cinema went quiet, and I was like, fuck, this is it. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I was like, I can't believe this is happening, please. Like, even me, bro. Yeah. And then Doctor Strange gives up the time stone. Doctor Strange says, listen, if you spare his life, I'll give you the time stone. Again, this is something that Strange knows. And he says it at the end when it happens, like, it has to happen this way.
No, so, that's right.
Listen, because we know, listen, like I said, we know anyone that faded away after the click is coming back. Anyone that dies is not coming back. If he killed Tony like that, you know he ain't coming back. So we need these guys back.
No, that's right.
So anyway, Strange knows, and he had to give that stone away because it has to happen this way.
He gave the stone away. Yep.
Yeah, he knows Tony Stark is a part of making it happen, making everyone, fixing everything. So
yeah, that's right. So
gives up the stone. Can't believe that.
Goes from there. Thanos disappears. Star-Lord's like, did we lose that fight? And then it moves on to Doctor Strange saying we're in the end games now. And then it goes back into Wakanda, and Wakanda, all sorts of shit breaks out. They have to open up a part of the barrier to let them in because they were going to go around the city.
Yeah.
And then this is where it got absolutely moist. You got the way Captain and Nomad and Black Panther started blurting together.
I love that. I love how fast that they were compared to everyone else. Yeah. Straight into battle.
Side by side. That opened up, and then you can see them getting battered, man. And then you got Scarlet Witch looking out from the window saying they need help. She goes out there to help them. In the process, that other guy with the staff comes in, tries to get Vision. Vision is beefing somebody else outside.
Yeah, because the plan was as soon as the stone's out, blow it up, right? That's why she was back there.
But Shuri couldn't get it out in time. But this is when you see Thor's return, bro. Thor's return was absolutely epic.
Bro, wicked. Oh, that was cool.
He came back, and new hammer, you got Rocket, and you got Groot with him. More beef kicks off. In the process, there's a little banter where he's like, I see you cut your hair. He goes, I see you growing your beard like mine. And he's like, yes. And he goes, meet my friend. This is Groot. And he's like, I am Groot. And he's like, I am Steve Rogers. I love the fact he had that respect, bro.
I love that. Captain America's the best, man. Because again, like you just said, it's that respect. I am Steve Rogers. I loved it, bro. So cool. And then you see White Wolf pick up Rocket, and they have a little gun scene, little 360 cool gun scene. So cool.
How much for your arm?
Yeah, I love that Bruce Banner was in the Hulk Buster. Yeah. Because Hulk still being a pansy. I would have loved to seen Hulk in that battle. Honestly, that's one of my things. I get it, what they're trying to do with Hulk. They're trying to give him character. He's scared, blah, blah, blah. But I would have loved to have seen Hulk in that battle. And I wanted to see Hulk, fight Black Dwarf and whatnot. Because one of the things in the trailer, remember the trailer, everyone's running Hulk's there. But obviously in the movie, he's not there. But yeah, I thought that was a wicked battle, and the banner was wicked. And then it goes off to Scarlet Witch comes, right? She helps them out because there was these big machine things that was just gonna fuck everyone up.
Yeah.
And then that Clavius grave or whatever, he ends up back at where Vision is, kind of beats up Shuri and them lot and some of the soldiers. I'm assuming she's fine, but it would be good to know how she was, Shuri, because she got punched out the window. And then everyone's just like, everyone on Vision. Vision needs help. And Bruce Banner's first on the scene, right?
Yeah,
and he fights Black Dwarf.
Yep.
With his Hulkbuster costume. This is where Bruce Banner's like, Hulk, come on, I need you. And he's like, no. And he's like, fuck you, then I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
And then he uses the trick that Iron Man uses when he locks onto Hulk in what you call
Age
it?
of Ultron.
The other Age of Ultron, and he uses that to blast Black Dwarf into the energy beam, and he dies. This is another thing. I still believe the Black Order were battered quite easily. I don't think they put up a big fight. They seem like big groups. They look designed wicked. They're Thanos' main children, and they were kind of basic.
Yeah.
From my opinion. But yeah, big battle between Clarice Grave and Vision, and then Captain gets involved, which is awesome. And
Yeah.
then
So they're all trying to get back to where Vision is at the moment because they don't want nobody to get the stones. In that process,
Vision stabs Clarice Grave with
yes, that's right. He does that, and then Thanos comes.
The quietness, like
The
man.
quietness. Thanos comes.
Man. That was an epic scene because nobody spoke. It was just music and slow motion, and
everybody's getting there, moving him out of the way. In the
move.
process, you got Scarlet Witch trying to destroy Vision's Mind Stone, and he's saying, "I love you."
They come to that understanding. Yeah, she comes to that understanding. He's here. It has to happen.
And then because she's in this universe, she's of the same molecular structures of that Mind Stone to give her the powers. She's the only one that could probably destroy it, and she does. She just before Thanos comes, it blows up.
I do have to say though, I love that Cap was the only one that got a couple strikes in.
Do you see
Everyone was like, get away, get away, get away. Came in, little uppercut, little left hook, whatever. And that's where he grabs the glove. Like in the trailer, it looks like he's got. How does he hold the glove? Yes, Thanos was toying with him because Thanos was like, what? Smack. But I love that Cap had a couple strikes. I was waiting for one line though, the line from the comics, and as long as one of us is standing, you're never gonna win. Maybe that'll come in part 4. But anyway, I love that.
That would have been such a moist moment though. That would have been proper moist. I would have been like, oh.
Maybe the next one.
I hope so. I hope so.
I love that. But yeah. So she blows up the stone. Vision's dead. And I loved it. You know what this again I love about Thanos? He wasn't like, no. He was like,
calm.
I feel pain. I feel your pain. I feel the grieving you're going through. I've also made these sacrifices. That's not his exact words, but you know what I'm trying to say? He's telling I feel you because I've made sacrifices today as well. And this is why I'm just like, I love this fucking dude, bro.
Yeah.
I fucking love Thanos. And then fucking Time Stone used that shit, brought Vision back to life, grabbed him and picked him off his head, man.
The guy had to die twice, man.
Dude had to die twice, and Scarlet Witch had to watch him die twice. But listen, Shuri is a genius. She can bring him back. Like there could be a way that she can bring him back. You never know, right? So she is a genius in that sense. But I think Vision's dead anyway. The characters that they killed, I think they're dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was epic. And then, whoa, this is the big scene, right? Fucking, you see Thor come in, flying in. I know people are like, where was Thor this whole time? But obviously he was fighting the fucking war out there. Yeah, and then he was coming in. Thanos shoots the energy blast. He throws the axe. What's it called again? I forgot. Straight into Stormbreaker, straight into Thanos' chest. And he was like, "I told you, I'm gonna kill you." Right? And this is my disagreement with
Mark Bernard.
Mark Bernard, I love you, man. So don't cuss me. I'm an amateur. I'm a basic guy, but this is why I just disagree with stuff, right? He was Mark Bernard's thing like, why don't you just chop off the arm? But but Thor's motive and anger and everything that he's gone through is like, I want to kill you. I don't want to chop off your arm. I don't give a fuck about the arm. I want to kill you, right? Which is why he put it in the chest.
In the chest, yeah.
And then Thanos explains to him as well. Should have gone for the head. What did he say? Should have gone for the head.
Yeah.
Bruv.
What did he do? What did you do?
Bro, when he did this, cinema was quiet, and I was like, oh fuck, he did it. Like, I just was in my own zone. I was like, holy fuck, he did it. Yeah. I remember seeing a meme months ago, someone saying, just sitting on my bed thinking that they end the Avengers Infinity War movie with Thanos going like that, and they did it. I can't believe they took that straight out of the comics. He killed half the universe. Half the universe, he just did it, man. In the comic books, obviously, he does it in the beginning, and that's where everyone knows something's wrong. But in this, the end of the movie, that with everyone dying. Bro.
No. Hold up, bro. Sorry. Jakob's just calling. Yeah, bro. Yes. When you're ready, man, pop round. We're going to do it outside, bro, and have a game.
Hot games.
Yeah, bro, hot games.
Sorry, guys. We'll get to this. I feel like this is a long one, but we have to talk about this shit. Have to get deep in every scene. because
Yeah,
this
I'm
film
talking
was
to him now, bro.
sick.
Come when you're ready, bro. All right, cool. See you in a bit, bro. Safe, bye. All right, so we've got to go on to the next one. All right, man. Let's wrap this up. Last bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, wicked, bro. He does the click. Like I said, Thor's motive was not to chop off the armor; it was to try and kill him. Thanos should have gone for the head. Does the click, and then he goes to that scene with Gamora, and you feel something. Like the gauntlet looks like it got destroyed, but obviously it wasn't because
it did.
he used the time stone to get out of there. But there was a scene with Gamora, and she was like, "Was it worth it?" Like there was something there.
Soul Stone. He was in the Soul Stone for a moment.
In the Soul Stone, okay.
That's my theory.
Well, the other theory is that everyone that disappeared went into the Soul Stone. That's a theory. I don't know if that's true or if they're dead.
No,
I believe
that's
they're dead.
based on the comic book, isn't it?
Is it in the comic book? Did they go into the Soul Stone?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of remember that. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was deep. He looked like he Gamora asked him, "Was it worth it?" And then you see that epic scene where Thanos is in the countryside somewhere and he's at peace, man. It's so weird, but he's at peace.
That was like a Last Samurai scene.
Bro, it was beautiful, man, and I felt for him. I was like, man, he completed his mission. He's such an epic dude. But he was at peace of what he did, and he really believed in this, and he really wanted... He didn't want poor people. He didn't want rich people. He didn't want people suffering. He didn't want people starving. He was now everyone's going to be equal. You know, it's fucked up that he just killed half the population, but he's like, now everyone's going to be equal, and that's the way they should be. Everything should be balanced. He was at peace. And what do you see? Everyone just fading away. Bucky fading away.
Shit.
Groot fading away. You see Black Panther fading away. Fucking hell.
That was deep. That actually got me. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, but the one that obviously got me, like, so you go back to Titan, you see Drax, you see Mantis, you see Star-Lord, all fading away, and then what's his name? Strange looks at Stark, and he says it. This is what I'm trying to say to you. This is how important Strange is. Like, this was the only way. It had to happen like this, and then he fades away, and then the scene with Spider-Man and Stark, man. Like, that was the one. That was the only fade away that I was like, oh shit, that's deep. When Spider-Man just hugs Stark and I don't want to die, I'm not ready to die. I was like, this is deep. And this is what I was saying earlier about where Tony Stark had that thing with Spider-Man. Like, I don't want you to die on my watch. I can't allow that to happen. And it's happened. Yeah. That must tuck Tony's head, bro. It's happened that you've died on my watch.
No, yeah, of course. That plays a big part. It plays...
Yeah, man.
As a character as well, you know what I mean? He was the one who introduced him to it, so he feels liable for it, man.
Responsible, yeah, man, definitely. So that was deep. I thought that was definitely deep, and what do you call it? Yeah, fuck. They finished the film with him killing everyone, bro. Wicked. Like the film ended.
I remember Cat on the floor, everybody disappearing, and he just said, "Oh God." That's all he said. Oh God. You're like, oh my God. Deep. And then the credit comes through, there's silence, nobody said anything in the cinema, me and Ash sat there looking at each other, was like, oh my god, did they really just do this?
Yeah.
It's the first superhero movie where the superheroes don't win.
It's true. Nobody wins, they don't win. Thanos wins. This was a Thanos movie. This wasn't Avengers Infinity War, this was Thanos.
Thanos clicks his fingers and wins.
Trust me, beautiful, wicked.
Really
unexpected. Everyone came out of the cinema just being like, I can't believe they ended it that way. I can't believe they did that. Everyone kept on saying that. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe they did that. Boy, none of you lot read the comics, and none of you, and not maybe I didn't expect it either, but nobody was ready for that reality. It was all like, yeah, the heroes are gonna win. Wicked battle. Thanos is gonna die. Nope. He wins. Thanos wins.
Yeah. Wicked. No, that's right. So they gave us that reality. Credits go, and then we move on to end credit scene. I didn't think there was going to be one because I did read rumours that there weren't going to be an end credit scene on here.
Oh, is it? Marvel
but
never.
One does not leave a Marvel movie and not go. So this finishes off with Maria Hill, Samuel Jackson driving through the streets of somewhere. She gets a message saying there's 2 bogies that have come into the world in Wakanda. He's like, is it a big threat? Are the Avengers there and the rest of it? She was like, yeah. Car on the front flips over. They stop. She goes to the car. There's nobody in the car. She starts feathering away, like turning into dust. He's like, oh my god. He tries to run away. 2 other people next to him feather, and then all you see, he pulls out this beeper from the back of the car. As soon as he presses the button, motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker. Mother. That's awesome.
And
Man.
then
Fuck it
you
up.
see the pager drop on the floor. Beep, beep, beep. Captain Marvel symbol comes up. Moist.
Yeah. You know what though? You know what? I know they're leading up to that movie, right? Ant-Man, I know we didn't even discuss about Ant-Man and Clint Barton. They mentioned that they made deals with their families, so they're not going to be involved in this.
Yeah, oh shit,
Ant-Man,
I forgot the trailer.
we should have mentioned that one. And I love that scene as well because Banner was like, wait a minute, there's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man? I love that. I love that shit. But what was I going to say? Look, we know Ant-Man and Wasp is going to be the timeline before Infinity War. And in that movie, they're messing around with the quantum realm a lot, so that's going to be awesome, right? And Captain Marvel is based back in the 90s. So after this film, it is Avengers 4. But, I'm just saying, my only thing as well, Captain Marvel's going to be moist. I'm going to love it. But people who haven't read the comics are looking at like Captain Marvel to be the savior and the hero. No. Everyone's like, oh man, she's the one. She's the one. She can save everyone. What's her powers, G? What's her powers? And I'm like, look, she's kind of like Superwoman, right? But I'm like, but guys, she's not the one. Like, I mean, listen, in the movies she can be, and it'll be awesome. Don't get me wrong. But like everyone who doesn't really read the comics and whatnot, they actually think that she's the savior of this whole thing.
No.
That's how they've made it out to be. No. I didn't really like that, to be honest with you. I didn't really like that.
No, I think this was just to lead on to the next movie. I hope they didn't put that there as a savior thing, but they just put that just to edge on the movie.
Like it, though.
No, that's
everyone
right.
thinks she is the savior. She's gonna be the one that saves everyone, because the way they portrayed it. Think about it, man. Everyone just died, and the last thing they leave you with a Captain Marvel sign. So it's like, oh, she's the savior. So everyone's thinking like that. I think in the comics, I don't think she's in it. I think she's one of the ones that faded in the beginning.
She was.
From what I remember.
Yeah, she was.
So I'm just kind of like, listen, this is gonna be awesome. She's gonna be wicked. I get it. But I don't like the way they made it look like that she is the savior. I believe, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, because I wanted to say Doctor Strange, but he's gone. So I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, but it's going to be something epic.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Everyone's got their theory. They're going to somehow get their hands on the time stone, rewind time. It's going to be more than that, I reckon.
Nah, it'd be interesting to see where they go from that. But, yeah, Yak's on his way, so we need to cut this one short and then get into the discussions.
This went on long.
But guys, I want to say massive thank you for if you are watching it all the way to the end. Guys, massive thank you. I need some water because my voice is going. We've been talking all afternoon, so.
Well, big film. We had to discuss it. I'm sorry. I had to geek out, man. I had to talk as much of the thought that was in my head. I had to say it, bro, because there was so much shit in there, man.
No,
but yeah.
That's fine. So we're going to have a little break at the end of... Well, actually, at the end of the podcast, you're going to get all the discussions and the reviews. But, guys, I'm going to leave it as that. I hope you guys enjoyed that in-depth spoiler review of Avengers Infinity War. And thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys up soon. One love.
Peace guys.